So I was so creepy in high school.
This is my energy drink that I've been working on for 3 years. I don't know why I didn't talk about it. What are you talking about? What messed up things have we done to you? What are you talking about?
Don't even go there.
I don't.
Let's go there.
Off. The pill.
All right, ready? Clappy clap. Clappy clap. Clappy clap. And welcome back to another episode of Off the Pill Podcast. We have Paco in the moderator seat, and we have a first time for Daina. Daina Benzon is here, everybody. I think that's when we should use the cheers, like when we introduce, like a get. Well, Daina's here for first time. There's something nice about having a.
And then
girl
introduce
voice.
yourself.
Oh, and then me. I thought you were gonna do a boo.
I looked for it. We don't have boo.
We have another read today. We have a sponsor read.
Nice.
It's been a while, man. We need to get more of these so we can keep the show going. It is Skillshare again. This episode of Off the Pill Podcast is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of amazing classes covering dozens of creative and entrepreneurial skills. You can take classes in everything from photography and creative writing to design, productivity, and more. So whether you're returning to a long-time passion project, challenge yourself to get outside your comfort zone, or simply exploring something new, Skillshare has classes for you. And also, like I mentioned last time, they have classes like weird things too, like learning how to lucid dream and doing all those kind of, they have a lot of stuff. It's like an advanced version of YouTube and YouTube tutorials. But anyway, what you get out of this promotion is you can join the millions of students already learning on Skillshare today with a special offer just for Off the Pill Podcast listeners. Go to Skillshare.com/Higa, sign up to get 2 months free of unlimited access of thousands of classes. Again, Skillshare.com/Higa. Link is in the description.
Nice.
Thank you, Skillshare, for keeping us alive.
Thank you.
And then, guys, go to Skillshare because it makes us look good. And they're like, hey, let's keep giving Ryan money
Yeah.
because you guys are all coming here for once. Okay.
They have really cool classes.
They do. And she's not being paid to say that.
No, we should all take a Skillshare class, like a different one, and then just talk about what we learned.
Sorry, can you hear that?
Yeah, we can hella hear that.
Sorry, keep talking. I forgot to open it before the show.
Let's have a Skillshare class on how to open up cans without making noise.
That would be a hard.
Actually, eating snacks in class, especially chips,
That is true.
always caught.
Is there a way? There is no. I mean, it's kind of, the only way you would have to like suck on the chip for a long time.
No, but even
So it's
opening
like
the
mush.
bag.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. It reminds me of that scene in Big Daddy. Mm-hmm. Remember when he's like trying to eat what was he trying to eat? I don't know, some kind of chips. But that's such a relatable thing. You can't open a bag of chips without making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I do that, instantly, wherever I am in the house, dogs running in every single time.
I remember in school, whenever I had to open up a bag of chips, I'd always just be like, I'd have to cough. So like, and then open up the bag as
that
I cough.
work?
Yeah, because then it was loud,
That's what Greg does with farting.
Yeah.
Well,
He coughs and farts at the same time?
Yeah, he does that
Both
all the time.
holes.
Yeah.
Things are leaving out.
He coughs loudly so you don't hear his fart.
Yeah.
But you can clearly hear his fart.
And a burp if
Yeah.
like it's extra long.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like
Start coughing?
multiple. Sometimes he'll do the barp fart.
The barp.
The barb?
The barp.
That's a good name for it. The barp.
The burp fart. What was the other one? Cough combo.
That's
That's a lot
Yeah.
you just die.
of bodily functions
Yeah.
going at once.
I've definitely farted and sneezed at the same time.
I once threw up and diarrheaed myself at the same time.
What? So where did it go?
It was because when I was a kid and I had the flu.
Uh-huh.
And so I just like spread my legs open over the toilet and just like tried to puke through the hole.
Didn't it?
Yeah, it definitely got all over me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just an unfortunate scenario.
Yeah, I was like, well, this sucks.
Yeah, where else is it going to go unless you have a trash can next to you? So what about you, Daina? Since we have a girl in the room today and we're starting off with very, how should I say, manly topics. Is that sexist to say?
No.
Most girls don't like, see? Not that easy, huh?
Yeah,
Guys,
what
we
are
just
your
had-
thoughts? How about this? What are your thoughts on girls who like girls don't poop?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's a
No, it is.
girl. I mean, it's a joke.
Yeah, it is. But a lot of girls like don't like to talk about it.
They're poop
you know?
shamed.
Yeah.
Girls are poop shamed.
I agree. Yeah. But
You agree that girls don't poop? Or you agree that it's
it's a common joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
But I think some girls take it too far, you know, where they're actually like, I don't want to talk about this. Like,
Right.
I don't poop, you know?
We should start a
You're pretty
movement.
open. I mean, there was that video at
Am I
Me
pretty
Poop
open?
about how girls should be like allowed to fart.
Hashtag me poop.
Yeah, and then well, you're gonna get shit for that. You're gonna get shit for that. But I don't know. I mean, like Dana's pretty. As much as Dana is, because you're the only girl in RHPC, and you're around all guys all the time who are
This is true.
farting and burping, and you're pretty open to it. Like you don't think it's. I mean, whether you do or not, you're just around it, right?
Yeah. I have no choice.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
But even before RHPC, she's kind of been around.
all guys.
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. I grew up with an older brother. And
talk about-
just the dance crew, all step boys. Like, I was always around like 15 to 17 guys all the time. So maybe I'm immune to it.
Maybe
kinda
you're a
used to
guy.
it.
Maybe.
Like this. Oh, the twist.
Self-discovery.
No, but you grew up with not grew up, but like all your friend group was mostly guys. And then now with RHPC, you're surrounded by guys all the time who are pretty gross, I would say. I mean, in compared to the average
Yeah.
person, I think very open with farting and stuff.
Yeah.
But like being the only girl, you don't really, like when that stuff happens, it's not like you go ill or like you're just so immune to it already. But you yourself don't do it.
Yet.
So I think that's what we're talking about, like how it's not okay for girls to express themselves that way.
I think with us, it's okay.
What do you mean?
Like with us, like if any girls did that, we'd be like, nice. Like we would kind of encourage it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'd be like, because it's different.
Yeah.
Would you do it with me?
Do what? Fart?
If you farted,
Yeah.
I think we would be
Did I just
all
get-
laughing.
We would be
like, I
dying.
don't think we'd be grossed out. I think we'd be
No,
like,
yeah.
I think it
Okay.
depends on your friend group. I don't know.
Okay. So I have permission. So if that happens.
Of course. Actually, we encourage it, not just permission. We want you to fart in front of us.
Yeah.
Actually, have you
Never.
heard Arden fart?
Yes.
Does she fart on you?
No. I mean, I don't. Do you do that? Like, do people? We don't really do that.
Yeah. Some people
Fart-
do.
Really?
Yeah.
No, she hasn't done that. No.
You guys just aren't at that level of
I've
relationship.
heard it, and she was extremely embarrassed.
But how about now?
What?
If she farts, is
She
still
still
super
is.
embarrassed?
Yeah, no, she still is embarrassed. But like, I mean, I don't see why. Like, I've heard her poop before. Like, I've heard some sounds.
She can't
dude.
even defend herself. She's
I know, she's not even here. But
As
I
long
mean,
as
like,
the door's closed, you
yeah.
can make all the noise.
Yeah, I'm
This is
exposed.
your-
I mean, I'm
this is
sure
your time.
Greg actually has Greg heard. I'm sure he's heard you fart.
Oh yeah.
Do you do it like?
No, not on purpose.
Right. So I think it's similar to that because you guys are basically like, how long have you and Greg been together?
It'll be maybe 15 years in September.
Holy moly.
It's older than a lot of
That's like,
people watching.
yeah, it is actually.
Yeah.
More than half our life
That's crazy.
they've been together.
Yep. Since high school, right?
Yeah, my last year of high school.
Right. That is, you're basically married in some states, I think.
Yeah, common
think
law.
so.
Common law.
Well, speaking of Greg, what is it like living with Greg? That's a common thing that, we don't even know.
Yeah. Oh, you kind of know. You lived with him for a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, like it's an interesting relationship because you guys have been together so long. You live together, but you also work together. Yeah. A lot.
We do everything together. It's kind
Yeah.
of it's tricky, but
Do you ever get like, man, I just need my own space?
all the time.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
That's why their house has like 5 different rooms.
yeah.
Right.
We each have our own offices for when
Yep.
those times happen because they do. Yeah, I think what helps is that, like early on in our relationship too, after a few years of dating, we were like co-partnering a dance studio. We had the dance crew, so we were both kind of like in the creative director position. So we always worked together, and then we both taught multiple dance classes together. And I feel like we kind of got used to doing everything together, so we understand each other's chemistry and how we work.
Right.
But with this one, like with what we're doing now, with working with you and stuff, it gets a little tricky knowing the fact that it's kind of like unpredictable of what you throw at us, basically. And since we both have different strengths and visions that we could either show off, we do tend to bump heads a lot creatively, and that kind of affects the relationship. Because if you have a tricky day where you want something to happen your way and, you know, he thinks otherwise before compromising, it's like you can't go home and complain or like let your stress out on your boyfriend who caused you the stress to begin with.
Right.
So we don't have that, but we do understand that, okay, we're compromising a little bit more efficiently now, where we both kind of understand how to work around each other and our visions. But it's tricky, but also rewarding, because it's when, you know, when we come out with something that's really cool that we both were a part of, we could say that we also did this while in a relationship, or it's something that we created together. And that's awesome.
I always wondered about that, because it's got to be like, for you, I feel like it's tough because, or maybe there's a side that we don't see, but you're the type of person that I've never once heard you mad, really. Actually, I think a little annoyed, but I've never heard you complain or mad. Like, I don't know if you have.
No, never.
I've never seen her.
I'm an angel.
I've seen
with
Greg
Dina.
get mad at her, actually, but I've never seen, like, maybe when you guys are home, do you ever get like and show that? I'm sure you have to, right? Every normal person does that.
Otherwise, you're a sociopath, you know?
Yeah.
But you've never, when we're around, you've never done that.
Yeah.
No, I think it's hard to, how do I say this? When I'm around you guys, it's like, it's always a positive environment. So it's kind of hard to, if something frustrates me, like I won't let it get to me.
Right.
I don't know.
I think a lot of the time, too, is because your frustration will probably happen before we even get together. Because
That's
you're
true.
designing props and you're designing costumes and you're designing sets. And that's something not necessarily we're around. And then as soon as you're done being stressed out, that's when we all meet up. And then you're like, I have nothing to be upset
No,
about.
but I've seen like moments where, like, you know, even if it is a positive environment, I mean, it's stressful situations. We're running out of sunlight, or if like we got to film something in a limited amount of time, we're not moving fast enough. You know, like there's definitely times where everybody gets frustrated.
Yeah.
And I've seen Greg get frustrated and stressed, and you guys kind of, whether it's like something you disagree on, and Greg could get a little upset.
Yeah.
But you won't. You just kind of go with the flow. Okay. Like very passive.
I think
Is that-
when he kind of gets in that position, I know to just kind of follow his word, because I trust that, you know, I don't want to confront him in that time, or I think like he kind of gets into a director mode. So I'm like, okay, let me do this for you, because I think at that time when we're filming and something like that happens, I just kind of trust him, or I just trust in that he knows what he's going to be doing, and I'll help support that.
Right.
Because sometimes he'll be kind of in a panic or trying to figure out what he needs to do, or kind of overwhelmed. So then that's when I become like, what can I do for you type thing? Because I know that, you know, if it turns into something more complicated, then at home it'll be a different story, basically.
Right. Where the real fighting happens.
No.
The physical fighting.
Dana brings out the bat.
Yeah,
The whip.
we'll settle it that way. That's why. Maybe that's why I'm reserved, because I know that we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Not worth bringing it into the work environment, because then it could bring everybody else down, and
True. That is true.
it could make things harder.
Okay. Well, that's just something I wondered about. But
Yeah, but we kind of jumped right into it.
We did.
We
I
went.
know.
We went too much into it. Like we didn't even get to know how they met and stuff.
I didn't even just say
Let's go
hi.
chronological order, man.
Okay.
it doesn't need to be chronological.
Hi,
I
guys.
want it to be.
Hi, Mom.
Does she listen to
She
this?
does.
Oh.
Oh, how about your dad?
I think they do, yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Well, they clean.
Okay. Well, watch time maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, so how about talk about how you and Greg met? Because Greg looked way different and was way different back then.
He did.
And you were kind of an emo girl, like a goth girl.
I was.
You're a Hot Topic model.
Well, you're talking about her high school days.
Like when they
That's
first
true.
met and stuff, that's why.
Well, Hot Topic, I still really love Hot Topic.
Yeah, your outfit looks straight out of Hot Topic.
Is that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, you've always had a unique. I don't want to say hipster, but like you have like a unique sense of You're a fashion person.
Mm-hmm. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Are we getting into how we met?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You just gonna ignore my question?
Formally, right? How we met formally.
Oh yeah, because you guys think you guys met.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. After.
All right.
Story time.
Look at that. She's all giddy still. She still got butterflies thinking about him. That's disgusting.
Oh, okay. I'll stop. We met. It was my first year in high school, and it was my first homecoming. And he was actually the blind date of my best friend at the time. So we met. We had our homecoming dinner at the mall food court, and then Greg shows up, and that's how we formally met. And I just remember during the dance, like my friend didn't want to dance with him. Greg was kind of a wallflower that entire night, and he went to a different high school the first 2 years before he switched over to mine. So he would come to every dance. Like our friends would take turns bidding him in. You know, when you fill out an application for someone from another school to attend the dance.
Right.
So he would always be there, and no one really danced with him. So I feel like I kind of wanted to talk to him more and more. And then after summer break, like he started attending school. And
So this is 2 years later though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What year is this, by the way?
This was, oh gosh.
Yeah, show your age real quick.
Graduated
15 years ago, right? 16 maybe?
2006. Yeah, 2004, 5-ish, 2005.
So you basically for 2 years, you're just like, man, there's this really weird guy that just keeps hanging around our friends but doesn't ever dance or anything.
He would. Yeah, but
and then you're attracted to that?
Yeah.
All right, guys, now you know to bag a Dana, you just gotta be hang around, don't really get involved, be a wallflower.
But like every time he would come around, he would always be like that silly guy. And he had an afro at the time, which is hard to believe now. He had a big afro, and he would wear like ginormous hoop earrings, mismatched clothes. Like he was always so quirky, but he was super shy at the time. So I feel like that's what kind of made me interested. And I was like, I was too shy to ask him to dance, but it was so repetitive. Like they would bring him, and I always had that curiosity. Like I want to get to know him more. But he went to our school and then started dancing in our dance classes, and then that friendship built because we always had, mutual friends. And then from there, it kind of took off through dance and just hanging out.
Who hit up who first? Was it ever like a, hey, I think you're cute? Or is it always just like just talking and flirting and then, I'm too nervous.
Yeah, actually, it was pretty random because we would hang out, and then all of a sudden he would kind of send me little messages on MySpace after school. So that was the thing. After school, you'd go home and check your MySpace. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And he would just be like, hey, I hope you had a good day. You're so cool type thing. I'm like, oh, you are too.
Oh, you are too. You're also cool. Oh, that's funny. That is so like, I remember that time.
Yeah. But the thing was, I actually had a crush first on one of his friends.
Ooh.
So like I would
One of the step boys or?
a little bit before, like one of the step boys' close friends, like right outside of the group, like a brother or a cousin. Yeah. So I was so creepy in high school.
Explain that.
Okay.
I don't know. I actually don't know this story. Like I don't.
Neither
know
do I.
Oh no. Okay.
What did you do?
I mean, you're still kind of creepy now, but
I am. Okay. So I would, if I liked a boy, I would just kind of like follow him around or just kind of. So that boy I liked.
me and Ryan are just looking at each other like, we've never seen this side
let
of
her go.
you.
Let her go. She's getting. I see you building up your courage. I've never heard about this. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's hear the psycho Dana.
Yes.
I don't know if I still have it. It's probably deep in my closet. But that boy that I liked, he stepped on a plate at lunchtime.
Sorry. I thought you said, I don't know if I still have it, but that boy is in my closet. There's some scary thing. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry, Dana.
Oh my gosh.
That's way cooler.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Way cooler?
No, go ahead.
He stepped on a plate at lunch, a paper plate. It was laying on the floor. And he left like a shoe print on it. And like right when he walked away, I took the plate. And I was kind of joking off to my friends because they knew that we all kind of liked him. He was a cutie. So I took the plate and I like put clear tape on it to laminate it and preserve it, and I kept it. I may have had him sign it.
Wait, really? What?
I'm not sure. Like, I think they all kind of knew that I was crushing pretty hard.
Right.
And I think he knew it too. So it would kind of be more of a playful thing, like, watch, I'll do this type thing. But gosh, that's so creepy.
That is.
But back then you didn't think it was.
No, yeah. So I did that, and I would like draw a cartoon version of him on my planner. But the thing was, when I started showing more interest in Greg, like I drew a doodle of Greg next to the guy with the afro and the hoop earrings. And I think Greg and I spent more time together, like in dance class, that really brought us together. And that's when things started like actually happening. I feel like with the first guy I was crushing on, it was more playful, like trying to joke around because he was super cute. But yeah, Greg was always a person that I was very interested in. He's such a unique character.
Yeah.
And we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
I know someone, I peeked on Twitter and someone asked, like, what made you fall in love with him and stuff? And I was trying to think, like, on my drive here.
You're skipping to the...
Are we
All right.
skipping?
Go ahead.
When he went to our school, he was on, like, the audio video team. And he would do the morning announcements. So he would read the daily lunch that would be, on the TV. They still had the TVs that they would roll in, play the morning announcements. He would read lunch or any news and stuff. And he had the afro and the big earrings, and like everybody saw him as this character. And I was like, oh, he's so cool.
And that's when you fell in love. Is that what you were saying?
I don't know anymore.
You don't know. But that was like the moment. You just thought he was so cool.
He's such a cool character. Yeah. And I think
unique.
Yeah. Yeah. You can tell. I've always been drawn to things that are unique. And I guess you can kind of tell that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you yourself are very unique in terms of how you would dress. And like, I mean, that's what you take pride in, right? Being different and doing things differently.
Stalking people,
yeah,
apparently.
So did Greg know about this like back then?
Yeah. He was.
Oh, okay.
He was aware of it. Yeah.
This sounds like the plot to an 80s summer flick.
I don't know why. Yeah, you like explain that story and then making doodles of the guy. You're like a girl in an anime. Like that's like the main character.
A little bit,
who's, like,
yeah.
in love with the bad character who's like really handsome, and then she ends up falling in love with the guy who's like the clown.
Yeah, the guy who would always have like the swirly eyes.
Yeah.
Every time you see
That's
him.
the true love.
Yeah, or get beat up, fall downstairs.
Well, you actually you saved. You would follow guys around that you liked and then saved their footprints.
Yeah. But the thing was, I think everybody kind of jokingly knew I was like that, or I kind of made that character for myself.
Just kind of a joke.
Yeah. But I feel like Greg he made it seem like there was no need for me to do that anymore.
Right.
Because after we started like talking, like a couple months into our relationship, he went from having an afro to doing like the rat tail things.
Yep.
So when he asked me to homecoming or some other dance, he had like a ring container thing. What do you call that? A ring box.
A ring box, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So he waited for me at lunch, and all of our friends were there. And he had this box, and he presented it to me, and it was the lock of his rat tail.
You guys are meant for each other. You guys, oh Lord.
I didn't have to do anything for that. I didn't have to creep behind you with scissors or anything. Like, that's mine. And I have like 3 at least.
Rat tails?
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know what that is, that's when your hair is like what is it, like a single strand of mullet?
Yeah,
It's a baby mullet.
Or like a baby ponytail,
It's a baby
Yeah.
mullet, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Greg used to have that.
He did.
And he would cut them off and present them to you.
He would present them.
You guys
to
are
me.
freaks.
You guys are that's pretty strange, but it's like, that's why it's funny and unique.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, you're funny, Dane. I did not know about that creepy side of you, but that's funny. Look how, do you still do that?
Yeah, do you collect his mustache hairs? Like he would shave off his mustache and present that to you
Oh my God.
every year on your anniversary?
No, but that's a great idea.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
no.
I'm sure there's people who can relate though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, that's like very, I mean, it seems like an anime, right? I don't know why I think anime. I'm just picturing you, like a girl literally stalking someone that they like. That's usually like an anime thing. Because in an anime, that's cute. If you do that in like a Lifetime story, it's a murderer. You know, it depends on what platform you're in.
Yeah.
In an anime, it's like, oh, it's so funny, it's cute, and then but in real life, oh, it happened in real life.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're
Oh boy.
normal to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
I did not know that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then informally, you know when you have a hunch that you met someone before? Because we went to the same elementary school and middle school, and I don't know if you guys had like, not like rainy day Fridays, but you would have designated days where mixed grades would come together, and the last 2 hours of the school day, you can go to a room that's watching a movie, or you can go into a room that's all coloring or toys and stuff like that. I loved it. It was so much fun.
This is in high school?
In elementary school.
Oh, okay.
And I remember going into the toy room and just like a little tan boy asking to play with me, and we did the you know what a marble run is? Is where you build
Yep.
contraption, you roll the marble. But we both remember playing with it. That was our go-to thing. And I told him, like, I remember specifically this one time that I played with a little boy who was tan.
That's all you remember.
Maybe a little bit of stubble. I don't know.
Stubble. Elementary school.
Have you seen his elementary school pictures? He had like a shadow already. He was born with like,
Hairy kid.
yeah.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, so we did that, and I feel like while we were talking, it was a random story, but I want to say that we both kind of got that feeling that it was fate, because I also had that experience with another friend in preschool, and I totally forgot about it, and I met up with a friend near the end of high school, and we became best friends, and then there was this one time where we were talking about, do you remember playing with a girl in preschool, like blocks and similar story? And a couple weeks later, he comes with a picture of us playing on the floor. He's like, this is us.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was weird. And it was a very similar feeling.
Huh.
Yeah.
Or maybe you were just following him this whole time.
I was.
Stalker.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's cool. That's a cool story.
Do you remember anything from preschool?
I do. Why do you not?
I don't remember too much. Just like embarrassing moments, like peeing in my cot or like cutting my own hair.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Peeing in your cot?
Yeah.
Like a bed?
Yeah, like a small bed, you know?
Oh, you used to pee a lot in the bed?
Yeah. Last week, too, had to change the sheets. So whatever, dude. Grown man is a grown man is a grown man.
Yeah.
It just shows that my body is working.
Yeah.
I just, I remember not being a good kid. I used to get in trouble a lot as a preschooler. And
Yeah, you used to beat up girls.
No, I didn't. That was just one time. And
That's
it
a
wasn't
great
beat up.
story.
It's just, we're not getting into that.
One hitter quitter. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, whatever.
No, but you know what's funny too? Because in preschool, I don't know, my mom told me this, but I do remember giving attitude or like being really annoyed with the ladies that ran the place. And I just wouldn't listen to them. I wouldn't get along with them. I wouldn't listen to them. But I was told that when there was a guy there, I would like him and listen to him.
Sexist.
I was.
You're sexist.
I was.
Dude, you're going to get shit for that.
I know.
Hashtag
I
me
know.
poop, dude.
Oh my God, you're gonna get so much shit for that. Well, so I mean, yeah, I mean that's what I was told. I mean, I don't recall being sexist, but I guess I didn't I don't know. That's all I remember.
Wow.
Well, we went to your grandma's house at one time, and
Yep.
you showed us that picture
Yep.
where you couldn't sit still. And I
My
was like, this
hand-
totally looks like something you
Yeah,
would
so
do.
it's a picture of me as like a 3 or 4 year old, and my hands like this and like raising up into the picture, and that's because the ladies were holding my arms down because I wouldn't want to take the picture, and I look really pissed. And I guess they took a bunch of shots, and that's the only one they could use.
Do we have that? We have to show that. That's
You'd have to go back home.
I don't know
To
where,
get that.
I don't know, but yep, that's all I remember. So you were a crazy stalker. I was a sexist, and you were
A poopy pee boy.
yeah. With that being said, Poopy and Pee, it's time for our shishi break. We'll be right back.
I brought you something.
Huh?
I brought you something. I just remembered.
Oh, is this part of the show? Or are
I
you
guess
gonna-
so. I
okay.
could include
Well,
it.
let's clap.
Wait,
What?
do you have it on you right now?
It's right outside.
Well, then let's not clap.
Okay.
Oh, you can go get it.
Okay.
All right, let's talk crap about her as she's leaving.
Dude, Dana is a stalker.
Dude, Dana's a creep, bruh.
Good thing Dana found Greg, because she might have been a murderer.
She probably would have murdered Greg if Greg didn't like her, and then kept that rat tail.
No, I think she would
Dana
have
would have
just.
choked him with his own rat tail.
I think she would have just followed him.
Dana
That's
would've-
funny. That's how it begins.
Mm.
That's how it begins. I can't think of anything like. Would I ever follow somebody if I liked them enough?
I know when I was younger, like
You used to follow people too?
a little bit, but not like to her extent. Definitely not.
Wait, she saved the footprint.
Yeah, I've never done that.
No, but that was, she said it was part of a. She's back. She's back. You said it was part of a joke, though.
But it wasn't really. Really wasn't.
What is this, Dana?
It was her friends just being accepting of her creepiness.
Sorry, Dana's just snuck back in, and what is that? Wow, what is
Whoa.
It's a giant pill in the pill
this?
colors.
It does match, but what?
Yeah.
Why? Like, what is it? Where is this from? Does it open?
It does open. I think it's a
What?
pill or a doodad container. But Greg and I were out at a store that sells containers.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, they had that at the
container
register.
store.
Yeah.
Wow, what are the odds of that?
That's kind of cool.
They're selling our merch. Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's a giant pill.
We gotta think of a place to put this in the podcast.
Oh yeah, I brought a stand for it. I made one. But what's the jingle? You gotta sing it.
Off the pill. That was a good time. Hey, it
That
sounded
was
like
yeah. That was really nice.
it. Nice. Okay, well,
She
first,
practiced.
before we get back into it, I gotta do the Skillshare read again. Second half of the Skillshare read. I don't think they didn't complain about it last time, but I didn't have to read it exactly. So I'm just gonna say again, this Off the Pill episode is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of amazing classes. And without having to read all this, just to explain in my own words, Skillshare basically is this site you can go to and learn a bunch of cool things. You've seen it, Dana. Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't think you've ever even went on it.
I
right?
have.
Oh, you have gone on it?
I don't wanna
but you
say
can
why.
You can learn a bunch of you can be a teacher on there for one.
Yeah.
And basically you can learn things like how to make your Instagram better, like how to turn it into a business, or even learn how to, like I said, lucid dream. You can learn a bunch of weird stuff.
Adobe Illustrator on there.
Yeah, they have a bunch of things you could learn and actually I don't know, things that people go to college for. But you can learn it on there, and it's different from YouTube in that I think it's screened. So it's a very premium version of a YouTube tutorial, like a better version and a professional version of that. So go to Skillshare. And remember, if you go to Skillshare and you do sign up, you can get 2 months free, unlimited access with thousands of classes. Just go to Skillshare.com/Higa. Make sure you guys use that so they know we sent you and it makes
Yeah.
us look good.
This week we aren't doing can o balls or purple elephant. If you a real one, just sign. No.
What is happening?
Leveraging that.
Yeah, but again, shout out to Skillshare. Thank you guys for keeping us afloat, keeping this podcast going.
Yeah, or otherwise we'd have to quit.
There's just been. This is the only thing we've been keeping up with. There's just been a lot of things going on lately, you know?
I mean, you can kind of talk about it since
could.
it's everywhere.
It's literally right here.
Yeah.
It's right here. I drank it in the last podcast, but I didn't talk about it
as well. But
Yeah, he did.
There's a lot of comments like, "Oh my gosh, Ninja Milk!"
Yeah, so I didn't talk about it last time, and I'm making a video for it, but by now, my launch party happened, and this is my energy drink that I've been working on for 3 years. I don't know why I didn't talk about it, but I've been working on it for a while. These guys all knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just came out, and we just had our launch party on Friday.
Which was so fun, right?
Dude,
Well, we're filming this before the launch party because it's in LA, so we're not going to be able to, we're filming this in advance. But yeah, the launch party is happening. By the time this video comes out, it has happened. So hopefully there's no drama. But yeah, ninjamelk.com. Check it out. It's different.
It's yummy.
Oh, thank you.
It's all right.
Yeah, I wanted to hear everybody. I mean, I gave it to like friends. I gave it to like, family and stuff, and everybody's like very positive. But I wanted to hear like, there's gonna be people who don't like it.
Yeah.
Like anybody, like just like Red Bull. Like I like the taste of it, but like initially when I first drank it, I wasn't a fan.
I'll tell you what people are gonna say about yours. It's too sour. Milk is weird.
Doesn't taste like milk though. The closest thing in terms of the thing is when you hear about it, you probably think, oh, that's gross. An energy drink like milk, and it's
Yeah.
white too, right? But what I wanted it to be white. I wanted it to be different, and the inspiration was kind of like those like I don't know what those things are called. Like after you eat Korean barbecue, like those kind of drinks. Like in Asia, they have a lot of it.
Yogurt, those little
like they have,
plastic
like-
things.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing. Yeah, kind of like that. Like the
Or like
yogurty.
Calpico and something
Yeah,
like that.
Calpico from Japan. Yeah, like there's a lot of that in Asia, and I really like those drinks. There's no energy drinks, but I wanted to bring that here, and nobody in the U.S. wanted to do it, so we work out of the Netherlands. That's our product. Nobody wanted to do it, and there's a good reason. It's a big risk, but yep, that's Ninja Milk. And Dana and I are drinking it. Cheers. Not Paco though. He's not supportive. Thanks, Dana. This is what it sounds like. So good. NinjaMilk.com.
So fun.
Where were we? Sorry, I went into ad mode.
Well, I mean, it's the second half.
Yeah.
We can do
should
Twitter questions.
Yeah, we have a
and
lot of
stuff like
those.
that. Yeah.
People are interested. Okay, what do we have here first? Nelly. From Nelly. Which prop costume was the most difficult to create? Prop or costume?
Most difficult?
For people who don't know, Dana does all the costumes and props for us. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, the BJ light sticks.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, so that the second BGA video, the light sticks that light up. Yeah, those were good. Yeah, Dana and made those.
That was a process because, you texted me the idea, and they were all hand cut from acrylic. Like we got a special saw for it, and I had no idea how to operate it, and it was a very big learning curve. And I tried so many things. Like I put the stick on the flashlight, and you wanted both silver and gold, and I was trying to figure out
How to color it.
how to do that. Yeah. So the light sticks ended up being clear, but I spray painted them like half or 6 gold, 6 silver, and I just didn't like the way it looked. You couldn't really see it glow as much afterwards. So like the day before we sent you to LA with them, I had a big bottle of nail polish remover, and I was like hand removing all the spray paint out of all the crevices and everything, just like undoing those 2 days of work. And on top of that, we were working on the Star Wars video at the same time, because we filmed that a few days, and then you had to leave to do the BGA stuff. So then we were like picking up while you were away. But I feel like the fact that we were doing 2 projects at once, and it was a lot of back and forth.
So that was the hardest prop.
Yeah, that was tricky.
And the Star Wars one had a lot of costumes too. So it was just all at the same time. But yeah, I think
overwhelming.
difficulty wise, I mean, it looked legit.
Thanks.
Yeah, that couldn't have been easy.
It's hard to cut a straight line from acrylic.
Yeah.
Like I think that was actual like a blood, sweat, and tears project because it was overwhelming. We were working on multiple videos at the time. I was trying to learn how to use this saw, and the acrylic is kind of sharp, so I definitely got injured several times.
You actually got cut? Well, I didn't know you got cut by
Yeah, it's got like sharp ends when you after you pull it through, there's little shards that come off, or if you're trying to like smooth an edge and you catch a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
But it was fun. I think I really learned, or I felt accomplished. Like I taught myself how to do this. So
Actually, why don't you talk about how also you kind of got into RHPC? Because that was unexpected, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. More story time.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I met you before Greg met you. Do you remember how we met?
Was that?
It was in third grade, dude. You're the tan kid, dude. You're the tan kid.
I was there. No, it was at your house, right?
It was at my house. So you were living in North Hollywood at the time with Dom.
Yep.
And, well, Dom kind of grew up around my family a lot, so it was no surprise that he would spend holidays at my parents' house. So when he came back for Thanksgiving, he brought you along with him. So we met you at my parents' house on Thanksgiving.
I was staying there at your parents' house.
Yeah, you were staying you were staying with us. And that also was when Agents of Secret Stuff came out too. So we spent Thanksgiving watching Agents of Secret Stuff with all my cousins.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. And then the day after was our Thanksgiving party. And
you dressed me up.
I dressed you up.
That was the beginning of her career. She dressed me up. So basically you guys have these parties, these Thanksgiving parties where they all dress up and there's pilgrims and stuff. And then Daina basically, I didn't have a costume because I didn't know I was going to be, most people don't dress up as anything.
Yeah,
and then
that's true.
She made me a pilgrim within a day.
Oh, I miss those parties. Yeah, when we were living back at home, we would have these theme parties, and for Thanksgiving, we would throw costumes in a bag. And for Thanksgiving, it was you could either draw a pilgrim or an Indian, and there was 2 teams, and we would have a whole Thanksgiving feast. Olympics. Yeah, feast and competitions and relay races, and it's so much fun. But we were all on the pilgrim side, me, you, and Dom. So I had my costume
the other
ready
side was
to
borderline racist.
So within 24 hours of meeting you, I was already dressing you.
Yeah. and that's when we first met.
Yeah.
But the actual thing that brought it all together was, if you want to talk more about it. Because what you actually designed was amazing.
Which one?
The clouds thing, right?
Oh, that's right. So even before I moved out here, I was still doing stuff for you guys, because that's when you had brought Greg on.
Yeah.
And I would come out to visit him, and it just so happened to be oh, you're going to be in town. You could help us with this stuff. So I was visiting with some friends, and I helped you guys make the cloud video for was it 10 million?
The lamp clouds.
That was a lot of fun. So I helped out with that for that week, and then I went home, and then I came back a second time, and that's when we did the tea time room. So,
well, originally, because people don't know, I'm sure, that you went to college for interior design, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And even when you first came out here, it wasn't, from my impression, I just thought you were coming here to do that, and this was going to be a short term, so you don't have anything else, you want to just come help us out, just kind of casual.
Yeah.
And then I just found wow, this is so much value in terms of what you can do with so little.
Yeah.
I think that's your gift in terms of it's very difficult to be creative with not much. And I think even Greg too, both of you are very similar in that you can make something pretty legit with not much. And that's big for me because it saves me a lot of money. So I'm not going to buy the real, I don't got to buy actual glow sticks. So, hey, Daina, do you think, and the thing is, I'll always be do you think you guys could make this? And I've never heard no.
Yeah.
It's always what? Okay. Even if it's really difficult, and then Greg would be yeah, I think Daina can do it.
Yeah.
Or I think we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's never no, even though it should sometimes probably be a no. When it's really difficult.
When you're oh, can you help them? If I have to help them with props, when you ask me to help them, I know it's a bigger project. And sometimes I'll go over there and I'll start helping them. I'm how are they doing this? And they're yeah, we should have said no. They're just going at it, and they're so creative.
It's crazy. The epic snort, epic snow fort video.
Yep.
You called me and you talked to me about it, and you wanted this frozen castle and multi levels and stuff. And Greg was editing another video at the time, but I had you on speakerphone, and I hung up, and Greg and I looked at each other, and we're What?
I know. I need people to always tell me no because I go too big.
But the thing is, we do it. I think that's almost the fun in the challenge.
Yeah.
We make something work. It might not always be 3-dimensional, but
it gets to a certain degree.
yeah.
But
It's part of the fun.
yeah, I mean it's definitely it's definitely. I know sometimes I'm just asking, but like I already know you're not gonna say no. Sometimes I tell Greg too, like just tell me if this is not realistic. I can dumb it down more. But
Ryan's like that really pretty girl, like, you know, and then you guys are like the boyfriend, and Ryan's like, "Can I have this?"
Oh my god.
And then even though he knows like he shouldn't be getting it, and you guys are like, "Yeah, anything for you, babe." It's just like that's I don't know where I'm going with this analogy. All right, I'm just saying they'll do anything for you because they appreciate you so much.
that's some way you found a way to make that work, but that's not a.
If I was dating you, I'd say no.
We wouldn't be dating. I'll tell you that much. Find a much better guy.
So when you first were bringing her on, you thought it was short term. What made it long term?
I mean, it kind of just kept she just kept help. At first, she was just helping for free. Like she was just like, I'm sure Daina will help make that. It was always just like Daina just helping. And then we were like, okay, well, if she's gonna be doing this, you know, then let's just bring her on for a little bit. Because at the time, I was still thinking you were still looking for that, you know, interior design kind of job. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Like one of those like shows, like those Property
That's
Brothers
true.
kind of thing. Is that what you wanted to do?
Well, yeah. Well, I have my bachelor's in interior design and my concentration in interior architecture. So I did all, you know, like the CAD and the model making and stuff. But I feel like what I'm doing for you now, or the more hands-on stuff, is kind of more relatable to what I was working on when I was at home, because my previous job was like more civil stuff, and it kind of became into something that I haven't tapped into, and I had no intention of going further in that. But with what we're doing, I use a lot of my model making skills and, you know, learning what materials to use and what works, as well as aesthetics and making sure things look cohesive and all the little crafty, tedious things, basically.
Right.
But yeah, when I came out here, it was fun helping you guys. And I did have a couple clients from back home that I was doing like abroad stuff for. So I would send them like CAD sketches and stuff. And then I did a couple of jobs for interior design out here for my previous job.
Yeah, that's literally what your expertise is, though. Because she designed the, for people who watch the second channel, the Tea Time room. And that was like, I mean, I wasn't expecting that. Like I wasn't expecting something so professional. But I mean, it was around that time, I would say. That's
And
when you
this
got more involved. Yeah, all this too. With Sean, we actually have a video of that was supposed to go out of the making of this room. I don't know where that video is. I think it's still on Sean's computer somewhere, half edited, but it's around somewhere. Yeah, there's a video of them making this room.
Yeah, and you helped. There was a
I did.
fun segment where I guess you can't see it now, but the rhino that's above you helped make some origami.
I did. It was part of the video. It never came out. It's still one day. It might.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
There's a lot of videos that are like one day.
One day. There's some videos though that I haven't posted that I know it'll be the right time. It just needs to marinate, like fan ball. That's gonna. It has to marinate. I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
It'll be the right time. You don't just trust me, dude. I know these things.
I don't trust
It'll
you.
work.
I don't trust
It'll
you.
work.
I do trust you for a lot of things. Dana, so we kind of already discussed some other things like how you and Greg fell in love and stuff. Blah, boring. And then also, you know, like the props that you guys made, boring. And then I guess.
Can you stop insulting her so much? People already think you hate her. Like a lot of people from the other videos think, you know, say, "Oh yeah, you're here to defend yourself."
I'm
now."
here and
When
I've been
Paco-
waiting.
Yeah, you can. Let's talk about that. How Paco was like really mean to you.
Whoa, I'm not really mean to
I know
you.
in a joking way, but sometimes it's like even for us, we're like cringing. 'Cause
No,
it's like,
I'm mean to everybody.
you are, but it's
At an
different.
even amount.
But we're sexist. We'd be
I'm not sexist. I'm a
I know
feminist.
you're the least sexist because you treat Daina how you treat us.
Exactly. I'm a feminist.
Yeah, I get
Equal
yeah, you
opportunity
are.
disses
Yeah,
coming
you-
all around.
You're But some things you say to her, you can't get away with that you can say to us. Go ahead, Dana. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Talk about your side of the story.
I guess Paco is a feminist, and I'm a 3 at best.
Tell him what he said.
I mean, to update people.
We need I'm so glad. I've been wanting to explain my side of the story because when Paco told that story about how one of our friends asked Monica if she's on the team or not, or if she's with us, and you said, what did you say? You were like, oh, she's too good looking.
Yeah, I was like, Monica's too good looking to be an RHPC.
And you said that I said, but it was actually
let's finish the story so people have better context. Basically, people were like, "Oh yeah, why is Monica in the group?" And I was like, "What? No, Monica's too attractive to be in the group." And then someone was like, "What about Daina?" And I forgot that Dana's like part of it, but you just gotta commit to the joke. So I was like, "What? Daina's like a 3 at best."
And then
actually,
no, a 4. I said a 4 at best.
Okay.
Way better.
Yeah, hey, 1 point. All right, now you can defend yourself.
So it was Monica that said, after you said she's too good looking to be in the group, Monica goes, so it was Monica that said that. And then I went, yeah, you're right.
She just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't make Paco.
She agrees.
It doesn't make. See, but it's even more sad because she's not like offended. She's just like, yeah. That's even more offensive. You hurt her.
It's okay.
I know. We know that you don't care about that stuff, but it's just like the way that I don't know. There's just some things you don't. I don't know. Maybe I am a sexist person. I don't treat girls the same way. I wouldn't say that to a girl.
I think with our group of friends too, like self-deprecation is like our security blanket, or it's the automatic reflex. Like, yeah, you're right. Even though it's more of like a lighthearted thing.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I would say that to anyone in the group. Oh, you're like a 3 at best. Maybe only you, actually, because you would say that to me. But I wouldn't say it to Greg or Will or any of them.
But that's also for me, I think I'm in a position that I can say that.
Yeah, you say messed up things all the time.
Yeah, because you guys do mess up things to me. So that's just our dynamic.
What are you talking about? What messed up things have we done to you? What are you talking about?
Don't even go there.
I don't.
Let's go there.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my!
We don't say those kind of things to you. We give you helpful advice.
Helpful advice in a very demeaning way.
But that's because that's just how we talk. There's some people that's our relationship is. And with Daina, I don't talk like that to Daina. Or Greg, really, or any of them. Just you.
Just you.
But that's okay. That's what makes you interesting. All right, let's just do one last.
I mean, the only really good question that's left is like, what would you be doing if you weren't working with RHPC?
Did we talk about that?
No, she just talked about what she went into and then how she got.
Yeah, what would you be doing?
Oh, that's true. Well, it's not like I don't have time. I would like to do something fun on the side too, because there are times where you're writing, Greg's editing, all of the graphics and thumbnails are made, and I do have a little bit of time. I would like to do something fun and crafty, maybe like greeting cards, or I've been practicing calligraphy.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. Something artistic that I can control or create a fun product. Either that or like musical theater would be fun.
Yeah, you do you're a good singer and yeah. Well, actually, I didn't know about that's a really interesting thing. Daina's greeting cards. Or birthday card. I don't know. Is that what you mean by those kind of things?
Yeah.
Man, would you write like the things in it too? Like funny ones or like just...
Sure. Or like custom, Oh, yeah.
Here, as soon as Ryan fires all of us, start a Patreon.
Okay.
And then, different tiers, and then people can order your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Should I start one when I fire me?
You're going to do handwritten cards?
Again, thank you, Skillshare. We're still here.
Well, maybe I'll do Skillshare and have like little Daina's doodles.
I've always wanted to do, I mean, I have no artistic side, but I always wanted to make the jokes because I used to like reading the comedic ones. Like, there's so many of them that are just like lame puns.
Yeah.
I would be great at lame puns.
You would be very clever.
But then I couldn't do the art.
I think you could because the fact that
it's poorly drawn.
You have the puns and you attempt to doodle it. It's much more entertaining looking at your stuff than like looking at one of ours and having it
look good.
No, yeah, I agree with him. Have someone
Yeah.
else do the art.
It's more
even
of a surprise.
even with manga, like the people that will write or have ideas, they aren't necessarily always the artists.
right.
So you know,
Well, she's making a joke that it would look like a little kid drew
yeah.
it. That's how I draw.
I love that.
You love it because you're good
Maybe-
at drawing. The rest of us, normal people who can't draw, are
Yeah,
like, this
people
is
who
crap.
don't stalk.
Yeah, this is crap.
Like the thing that you made for Sean before he left, like it was
Oh my god.
it was delightful. Like
I tried really hard,
you
actually.
did. And I think that's what I would rather appreciate it.
Well, thanks for the little ego boost, Dana, but let's just... That was Off the Pill Podcast.
Yeah. Where can they follow us?
You can follow us at Off the Pill on Twitter and at Off the Pill Podcast on Instagram.
Yay.
And be sure to check out Dana. She's on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. And just we put up her graphic already, so you can go follow her there.
What?
And check over her in the beginning, at Dana.
You said-
Dana's.
Okay, whatever. We'll put
What's my name again?
Dana's.
I thought we weren't supposed to put.
Well, okay. Well, Dana was the guest.
Dana's the only one
she's-
that gets one.
Yeah, because remember, I
She's
treat
a
girls
girl.
differently.
I'm a guest, not
I'm
a special
sexist,
guest.
okay? Yeah.
I'm a 3 at
That's
best.
oh.
All right, how about this? If you guys are real ones, everybody in the comments put Dana is a 10, a solid 10.
Oh, shucks. You
Yes.
don't have to.
I'm not
That's
putting
sexist.
that.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. Thank you guys again for tuning into Off the Pill Podcast. We'll talk to you next podcast.
Yay.
She doesn't watch.
She has
these.
never made it to the end. You can tell.
I know. Wow.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, I know. She's different for girls.
Just fart in it then.
Just gonna be Off the Pill. What
Fart.
episode is this? Ryan is a sexist. The
15.
title.
15.
Yeah.